round 3 of the World Rally Championship, and after the ice and snow of Sweden, it's welcome to the heat and dust of Mexico. It's only the second time that this part of the world has staged a World Rally event, and yet it's already gained a reputation as a tough challenge, with its combination of flat-out speed mixed with slower, twisty roads. In addition, the drivers have to cope with some of the highest stages in the world, where the lack of oxygen can leave the cars 20% down on power. And the conditions have already made an impact on Sebastian Loeb, who was one of a number of drivers to suffer after hitting a hidden rock in shakedown. And after 2 events, Ford's Tony Gardemeister is the surprise leader in the World Championship after 2 podium finishes. But despite his impressive start, the Finn is far from confident.
I think it will be very difficult because, the first time here and first car in the road. Okay, the roads are quite clean here. They are not so bad than I expect, but still it will be very difficult for sure.
The favourite for this event is Subaru's Petter Solberg, who's driving the new 2005 Impreza. Unlike Gardemeister, the Norwegian already has a win under his belt, and as a result, his confidence is high.
You were very, very quick last year. You won more stages than anybody else. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I think so. You just have to get the feeling with the car. It's obviously a very different car in a certain area, so I just have to get a little bit more confidence and feeling and stuff, so we can start to push.
Sebastian Loeb is the other man to have won this year. A broken sump ended his Mexican adventure last season, but he's expecting to be in the running this time round.
Last year it was looking good before we retired because of a stone, and but Solberg was also very fast and he was leading before he had some trouble. So I hope it can be a good fight here between Solberg, me and Marcus.
Double world champion Marcus Gronholm is acknowledged as one of the quickest drivers around, but he's had a poor start to 2005 and needs a solid top 3 finish to put his season back on track.
I need to really to finish and take some points, but so that's the target now.
Gronholm's new teammate Marco Martin has history on his side, taking the first Rally Mexico win last season. Mitsubishi struggled through last year, but things are looking up, with both drivers taking points in the first 2 events. In Mexico, the Lancer will have the benefit of an active differential system. Things, however, haven't gone so well for Skoda, but the Czech team have a new version of the Fabia, promising better acceleration and flat-out speed. And Armin Schwartz is back after his Monte Carlo accident. Rally Mexico is based in the northern city of León, which is known as the leather capital of the country. Day 1 sees the cars tackle 3 repeated stages, run over a mixture of loose gravel roads mixed with some fast, smooth sections. So after 2 events gone, it's the focus of Tony Gardemeister, who leads the field just ahead of Marco Martin, with defending champion Sebastian Loeb tied with Petter Solberg in 3rd. And it's Ford who lead the manufacturers' table ahead of Peugeot and Mitsubishi. The rally got underway in the historic town of Guanajuato in one of the most colourful opening ceremonies in the World Rally calendar. As current championship leader, Tony Gardemeister is in the unfamiliar position of being the first on stage. This is normally a real disadvantage on gravel events, but less so here, as the stages are smoother than expected. Despite the Mexican heat, the Finn is suffering from a cold, and along with this being his first gravel event in the focus, it's going to be a difficult challenge for Gardemeister. Marco Martin's also adapting to a new car still. So the Estonian may have his work cut out to repeat his Mexico win from last year. Sebastian Loeb must put the distraction of the shakedown engine change and subsequent $10,000 fine for Citroën aside and get on with the task in hand. A rare retirement in Sweden may have knocked the Frenchman's confidence, but there's no sign of it on stage 1. Loeb is pushing hard, aiming to get off to the best start as possible.
everything is working very well. The car is good. The stages, there is a bit more gravel that I thought before, so I think we are cleaning a bit the road, and perhaps behind it they will be a bit faster. But I've done a very good stage, very good attack, and no mistakes, so I'm happy.
So worth spending $10,000 on a new engine?
Yes, but I think it was a need to do it, so for the moment it's working well, so I hope it can continue like this.
6 left half long, to flat left to the crest, 30. 6 right plus and line into 1 left, tightens minus. Opens 30. Keep left of a crest. Opens half long. Line into 5, left bus of a crest, extra long, keep in of a crest, 20. Line into cut, early short 5, right bus, 30. 6 right bus, 80. Keep right of a crest. Well done. No information after the first one.
Very slippery at the end there in the tires.
Vasertin lopussa ahdas 4 ja oikein miinus ahdas sumppu. 200 maali. Vittu jarru kävi. Stage is clear for Markus.
I have no brakes. Maybe they're on fire or something.
There's a lot of smoke back there.
Yeah. I don't know.
You worried about this for the next stages?
Yes, I am worried.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go 7 left plus over long, slip on flat crest 40. 9 right minus, brake 30, don't cut long, 3 left. 80, left 5 short minus, immediate post right 3 very long. Immediate left 4 short.
Welcome back to Mexico, where the local fans are enjoying the battle already. Petter Solberg's off to the perfect start in the 3rd round of the World Rally Championship. His arch-rival Sebastian Loeb has got damage to the rear of the car, but he says, I didn't hit anything. Should we go on like this or take it off, says co-driver Daniel Elena. All right, let's go on. With 2 stages and over 50 kilometers left before the next service halt, this could be a real problem for the reigning world champion. Not far behind is the flying Petter Solberg.
Into early 5 left bus, opens extra long, keep in slow 40, early half 4 right.
Radio?
Yeah, we'll do now. Early half 4 right bus, opens 150. Supervision failway, catching Sebastian's dust. Line into 6 left half long, tightens minus, opens the flat middle of a crest. 80, keep left into 4 right minus, tightens early.
Solberg is closing on Loeb's ailing Citroen. The Frenchman is forced to pull over to let his rival past. He's not a happy man.
Long, opens extra long, keep in, and line into 6 left minus.
Solberg eventually gets by to continue the defence of his lead, while a frustrated Loeb returns to his exercise in damage limitation. The Subaru driver, meanwhile, is obviously getting the best from his new Impreza, and that's an ominous sign for his rivals. This is one of the quickest stages in the rally, and the Norwegian is fastest through so far.
Loeb's made it to the end of the stage, but he's 18th and is still unsure how and where it all went wrong.
I didn't know anything. I go out to make the pressure. The wheel is like that.
Well, he's damaged the rear suspension somehow and broken the damper, destroying a tyre in the process. So his rival's sympathy will do little to ease his frustration. With the rally barely begun, Loeb's challenge for the lead surely is already over. With Loeb out then, Petter Solberg's biggest challenge should come from Marcus Grönholm. The Finn, though, is still suffering from the same brake problems he encountered on the opening stage. A tricky downhill section here on stage 2, which is very heavy on the brakes, is therefore a real challenge for Marcus. Nearly all of the drivers had problems with brakes in this one section.
Oikein ahdas, 4 ja oikein, tosi hidas. Kaksi ja vasen pitkä nopea kirraa. 7.
Closing in on the end of the stage then. So how will the failing brakes have affected the Peugeot driver?
Oikein pitkä nopea kirraa silta. 100. Maali.
Well, obviously not that much, because he's 2 seconds quicker than Solberg on the stage. His first fast time of the weekend. Jani Parsonen gave Skoda their best result of 2004 with 6th in Finland, and the Finn would love to repeat that result here in Mexico. But he's trying a little bit too hard here. The impact heavy enough to damage the car. Looks like an early end to Jani's rally. The message to the team is clear. Sorry. With Loeb in free fall down the leaderboard, Solberg's got one less challenger. Grönholm, his closest rival, is now 5 seconds back. Mitsubishi's Gilles Panizzi is moving in the right direction. The Frenchman jumps from 11th to 6th in just 2 stages. Marco Martin is again having to adapt to his new car on another different surface, but he was encouraged by substantial suspension changes in pre-event testing. The Estonian's increased confidence in the 307 is underlined with his first fastest stage time for Peugeot on stage 3. He's up to 4th overall.
6 minus left. 30 crest. 150 easy left. 70 crest.
Martin's former teammate Francois Duval has begun the Rally of Mexico well. The Belgian had his best ever finish here last year, claiming 2nd spot. By the end of stage 3, he's up to 3rd and looking very comfortable on these fast gravel roads. His teammate, though, is looking anything but. Already down in 16th, Loeb had no choice but to persevere until the next service. He's 18th, and following his retirement here last year, this is turning into a bit of a bogey event for the Citroën driver.
In the first, it was okay. I've done a good time. The feeling was good, and at the end of the stage, Daniel told me when he go out to make the pressure, oh, the wheel is like this. I go to look, and it was the damper broken, but I didn't hit. I didn't hit anything, and now we've done 2 stages like this on the wheel without any tire, so it's difficult.
The Frenchman will now be hoping he can make it back to service in one piece. He's reduced to driving on 3 wheels, or parts of 3 wheels. Co-driver Daniel Elena hangs out of the window to try and balance the car out and stop it dragging on the road. Well, unsurprisingly, their antics attract the attention of the local police, who are unhappy with the damage being done to the road, not necessarily the safety aspects. Daniel Elena tries to explain in Spanish to the policeman that they can't do anything else than drive like this. We did it last year in Turkey, he says. The policeman seems unimpressed. They are eventually pulled over. Elena pleads their case. The police officer uses his mobile to send a photo back to HQ, and when they get back on the road, this time they have a police escort for safety. Just 13 seconds separate the top 4 after stage 3, so Solberg still has a lot of work to do to hang on to the lead. Loeb, though, is down in 18th. He limps back to service and lay on, but with so much time already lost, surely the damage is done. It's not a pretty sight.
After retiring in Sweden, this must be very, very frustrating.
Sure, after Sweden, I really need to finish the race and to score some points, and it's not looking so good for the moment, but we are here at the service. I hope the mechanic here can fix the problem, and I hope we can start again.
Yeah, it went better than I expected, actually, because I knew from yesterday that the car was not exactly like I was hoping and feeling, and we did a big step with the car after the shakedown yesterday. Tried it on the road section this morning, and it felt quite good, but we're still working with the car.
Is there anything that you feel that you do need to change to get more performance out of it?
Yeah, definitely. I can't go attack with it yet. I can go drive normally and fast, but no attack.
For the second rally in a row, Ford's works driver Roman Cresta has been overlooked by the team as a nominated point scorer for the Manufacturers' Championship, with Solar getting the nod. Cresta also has a new co-driver here, Jan Moshny, as Jan Tomaszek has stepped down for medical reasons. Cresta had a puncture in stages 2 and 3, so he's got a point to prove, and he does so on stage 4. Third quickest, and now the lead Ford driver in 7th place. Red faces all round, perhaps. His teammate and current championship leader Tony Gardemeister's had a day to forget. He overshot a junction on stage 2 to lose 15 seconds, but he's just not on the pace. The Finn struggled to get to grips with the focus on his first visit to Mexico. He's 8th on stage 4 and is 2 spots behind Cresta, 9th on the leaderboard.
Pitkä pyöree, oikein eri miinus kiree, pidä, kirra, roiku 6.
Well, Loeb's car might not have looked pretty when it came into service, but mechanics in rallying see a lot worse. The car's now fixed, but he has got a 20-second penalty for leaving service late. But he's back at full speed. Finally, on stage 4, he can show what he's made of. He's got a mountain to climb to get back into the points, beginning the stage in 18th, nearly 4 minutes off the pace. He must hope for mechanical carnage ahead. He is in full working order, and it's an awesome sight as he picks the perfect line through this tricky Mexican stage. Second quickest as he begins his quest to get back into the top 8. Marcus Gronholm suffered from brake problems all morning, so the Finn's understandably going a little easier on the brake pedal through stage 4. He's only 5th quickest on this test. Crucially, though, he's done enough to beat Francois Duval and hang on to 2nd place in the overall standings.
Ja oikein eri ahdas, 7 nyppy vasen hidas. 8, pitkä nyppy oikein eri miinus, pitkä nyppy oikein eri ahdas.
Petter Solberg makes his way through this uniquely Mexican terrain, with Gronholm backing off slightly. The Norwegian's got the opportunity to further cement his lead. He claims his 2nd stage win of the day to increase his advantage over the Finn by nearly 19 seconds.
Keep in the crest, 20. Line into cut, early shot by right bus, 30. 6 right bus, 80. Keep right to the crest.
The car is getting better and better, actually. Start to get good feeling, and I'm very pleased with that.
So Solberg's brimming with confidence, and with his lead ever increasing, you can see why. Gronholm beginning to lose touch with the leader, but he won't be giving up just yet. It's already a fascinating battle, and we're still partway through day 1 in Mexico. Join us for more after the break. Day 1 of Rally Mexico. Frenchman Gilles Panizzi has been well in the points through most of the opening stages, but it goes wrong for him on these final 2 tests of the day. He damages the Lancer's front suspension and drops both time and places on the leaderboard. Panizzi also picked up 3 punctures during the day and had a spin on stage 6. It's a bit of a nightmare for him. He ends the day outside the points, down in 11th place. Another to suffer late in the day is championship leader Tony Gardemeister in the Ford Focus. It's been a disappointing day for him too. He's 11th on stage 5, and a spin sees him drop 2 further places on the leaderboard, finishing the day at the bottom of the top 10. You can hear the exasperation.
Tämä oli oikein lyhyt 7 huomio, pitkä oikein eri, jarru 2, ylävasen K aukee.
Teammate Ronan Cresta is another driver on his first visit to Mexico, but the young Czech is defying his lack of experience. He's had a promising first day. He's the leading Ford driver, and he's 6th overnight. Subaru's number 2 is Aussie Chris Atkinson, and he'll be delighted with his start on a debut gravel WRC event. Competitive from the off, he's enjoyed himself on his favourite surface, and he lies a fine 5th overnight.
Go 800, hug long 7, go 800 now, flat crest.
With Sebastian Loeb's problems, Francois Duval has been left to carry Citroen's hopes, much as he often had to for Ford last season. He's responded well by occupying a podium position for most of the day. On the final stage, however, he slips a place. He'll start day 2 in 4th. And here's the reason Duval's lost his top 3 spot, and the man for whom he sometimes had to carry the burden of responsibility at Ford last year, Marco Martin. The Estonian's been in a battle with his former teammate all day. On the final stage, he puts on the significant pressure to move up to 3rd. Martin says he's still getting used to the Peugeot. Perhaps there's more to come then from the former Ford driver. Marcus Gronholm, on the other hand, has had a whole season to get used to the 307, much of it plagued by development problems, but his experience is now starting to pay off in spades. He's been quick all day, battling for the lead with Petter Solberg, and after crashing out in Sweden, his first goal will surely be to finish on the podium. But typically, the Finn just isn't holding back. 4th quickest on stage 5, Gronholm tops the timesheets on stage 6. Petter Solberg won the opening stage and has never relinquished the lead. He's been quickest on a further 2 of the day's 6 tests. He's looked comfortable in the new Subaru Impreza and claims he hasn't even started to attack. It's been a masterful performance so far from the Norwegian, and if this is 9/10, then it must be a worry for the others. A 20-second lead here, though, isn't decisive, but it has been a terrific position to launch one of his famous charges.
Opens 150, cut short 3 right plus, keep in to crest 20.
So as in Sweden, it's Gronholm and Solberg leading the push for victory early on, with a terrific battle evolving between Martin and Duval. Championship leader Tony Gardemeister's down in 10th. World champion Sebastian Loeb will start day 2 in 14th. That means he should open the road on day 2.
Do you feel tomorrow you can really get your foot down and try and catch Marcus and maybe even get up there with Petter?
Tomorrow stages are more twisty and more loose, so I don't know, at least we are not handicapped by the road position anymore, so hopefully we can have a good day tomorrow as well and see what happens.
Marcus, no brakes today. How on earth do you drive in such a committed fashion?
Okay, I was trying. Once I had a little bit a moment because I brake too late and the car was not stopping with the pedal so soft. So, but I was trying to keep cool because I wanted to go faster, but it was not possible.
Just like Sweden, you and Marcus again?
Yeah, well, I have a much bigger lead now compared with in Sweden, but obviously it will be very interesting 2 days now. Everything can happen on this rally. It's very, very tricky.
Peugeot seem to have some quite big technical problems with the brakes.
Yeah, we have the same. We have had a problem for 5 stages, so same for everybody, I think.
So an eventful first day on the rally at Mexico, a disaster for the reigning world champion. One of his main crown rivals has gone from strength to strength. Join us again tomorrow to see if Petter Solberg can hold on. Until then, it's goodbye from WRC.